Well. Justin Baldoni is clapping back at Isabela Ferrer's claims against him and his team. We have Jillian Michaels, who's throwing out an all-new lawsuit, and she's teaming up with Brian Friedman. And Katy Perry is headed to trial. And we've got a very special guest that's going to be talking all about it. Get ready for it. Let's dive in. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Welcome on in. Everybody in the club. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I have a very special guest that's going to be on in just a bit. We're going to be talking all things Katy Perry, because Katy Perry is suing yet another elderly person. Remember when Katy Perry was suing the nuns, and then one of the nuns, got whacked, or I think she had a heart attack and, didn't make it in the courtroom as she was battling Katy Perry for the convent that Katy Perry wanted to buy from the nuns. And now she's in another elderly lawsuit. Katy Perry's just out here to take out all of the senior species. There's another lawsuit that is now headed into its second phase of trial. We're going to get into it because I have on Kameron Westcott, who you may remember from The Real Housewives of Dallas, but it's actually her father-in-law that Katy Perry is enthralled in this legal battle with over a home in Montecito. He is elderly, and he has Huntington's disease. He's got a number of health issues. He's, slowly, unfortunately, been deteriorating. And amid this lawsuit, Katy Perry is currently seeking $6 million in damages from Kameron Wescott, who is the man that Katy's battling, and is also the man that is Kameron Wescott's father-in-law. So Kameron will be on the show to talk about it and what her family's been going through in this battle with Katy Perry. It was a dispute over a home. Carl was engaged in a deal to have Katy Perry buy the home. He ultimately decided he didn't want to move forward with the deal. His family decided that he was not of sound mind at the time that he was engaging in this agreement with Katy Perry. Katy didn't care. She battled him out in court, and she ended up winning the house. She was awarded this Montecito home that she said she was going to be raising her daughter in with her fiance, Orlando Bloom. Well, that wasn't actually the case, because even though she won the house, she's not even living in the house. She's renting it out to Chris Pratt and his lady. So Katy Perry's not living there, but she's battling Kameron Wescott in this trial for $6 million in damages, claiming that there was a ton of damage that was done to the home while she was battling him in the original back and forth trial. So we're in the second phase to determine whether or not she will be awarded those damages of $6 million. I believe she hasn't finished paying off the house. That's kind of what she's fighting for the $6 million for. Seems she wants a $6 million discount on this home that she's not even living in, that she said that she was going to use to raise her daughter, and she's not even living in. She's renting it out. So it'll be interesting. But like I said, Kameron Westcott will be on in just a bit to talk all about that. But really quickly, Jillian Michaels and Justin Baldoni. Brian Friedman's going to have his hands full. So Jillian Michaels is threatening to sue. I'm going to get into this more on tomorrow's episode because I want to watch the actual documentary on Netflix. There's a new documentary about The Biggest Loser that came out about The Biggest Loser. And in it, Bob Harper is he's in the film. The producers are in the film. Former contestants are in the documentary. And so now Jillian Michaels is threatening to sue them because I guess there's an allegation that she was secretly giving contestants caffeine pills. And so she went off on her social media and she posted, I'm not going to post these yet just because there are email addresses that were revealed in her post that I'm not sure if this would be considered doxing, because these are personal email addresses of producers and of Bob Harper. This is his personal email address that she posted in this email thread, but she posted text messages and she posted emails from back in, 2009, that basically show that the producers, including Bob Harper, they were all aware of whatever the allegations are regarding these caffeine pills. Here, I'll read you the caption. So she posted a number of these receipts And she says, here's an email chain with Bob Harper, the Biggest Loser producers, who stayed on set with us and distributed the fat burners about which fat burners or caffeine pills to purchase the contestants. This is one email of many that shows one Dr. Uzinga. Dr. Uzinga did approve caffeine pills on many seasons of Biggest Loser. Bob Harper not only knew about the caffeine pills, the Stackers fat burner were actually his suggestion. I wanted to use my brand instead because they were cleaner and they have no more than 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is equivalent to a strong cup of coffee. Caffeine was never banned on The Biggest Loser. Wild how some folks still like it's 1985 before text and email were a thing. And the last image is my second to last text ever to Bob Harper. Take it for what you will. And that text message to Bob, which was on June 15th, 2014. It was at 8:02 p.m. It says, I really think it's shitty of you to not even respond to my text. It's this kind of thing that always makes me disappointed in our relationship. Then there's also the emails. This one includes Julianne Harris, who I'm assuming is a producer on The Biggest Loser. Subject is contestant diets. It says, honey, can you go to GNC and guy my fat burner extreme instead? I can have it sent, but will take a while. So I'm assuming this is where Jillian Michaels, this is October 9th, 2009 at 11:14 a.m. I'm assuming this is the email to Julianne Harris. Oh, where she says, we just received the books and we'll be giving them out today. Sandy has the Electromix and bicarb. Do you still want Stacker 2 or 3? I'll have it for them first thing in the morning. Thanks, Julie. And Julianne Harris is the coordinating producer. And this is where Jillian says, honey, can you go to GNC and get my fat burner extreme instead? So it seems like she's saying that she would rather use her fat burner pills rather than the ones that I guess they were encouraging to be used on The Biggest Loser. Interesting. We'll see where this goes. I want to actually watch. Maybe that's our homework for today. Let's watch the Netflix documentary about The Biggest Loser, and we'll reconvene tomorrow and see what the allegations are and see if there's anything new. But Jillian Michaels is saying that she plans to sue them, and she plans to team up with Brian Friedman to do it. Crazy. Justin Baldoni is fighting back. He's saying, not today, Satan. So this is, I'll read the full letter only because it's not too long, and I feel like it was actually a great response to Isabela Ferrer's attorney's letter that came in this week. Here, I'll pull it up on the screen for us, which just a reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. We live stream the show weekday mornings, Monday through Friday. You can catch the show on YouTube, and you can also catch the rebroadcast, a fully edited rebroadcast you can watch on Spotify, or you can listen on Apple Podcasts and any of your favorite podcast platforms. So be sure to like the content, subscribe to all the things. But if you're listening to this, you're missing out on, one, the live stream experience on YouTube, and two, the video experience that you can watch on Spotify. Okay, but be sure to hit the subscribe and like button if you haven't done so yet. Okay, this is the letter from Baldoni's team. I believe this is Fritz, right? Kevin Fritz? Yes, this is from Kevin Fritz. Seems Friedman is kind of taking a backseat here. Okay, Fritz writes, because yesterday, obviously, Isabela Ferrer was saying, the text messages I sent to Baldoni were, well, I mean, if you listen to yesterday's episode, where I basically say a lot of what she's claiming in this is completely irrelevant and unnecessary and confusing as to why it matters in this apparent ploy to evade her subpoena from Justin Baldoni, even though it's clear that she accepted the subpoena from Blake Lively. Okay, it says, Dear Judge Lyman, as counsel for the Wayfair Studios, LLC, Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heat, Steve Sarowitz, It Ends With Us Movie, LLC, Melissa Nathan, the agency Group PR, Jennifer Abel, we write in response to Isabela Ferrer's opposition to Wayfair's motion to serve her by alternative means for the pendency of this action. The opposition is primarily an inappropriate attack upon Mr. Baldoni and his counsel in violation of order dated August 8th, 2025, relating to matters not before the court, which is the indemnification, and irrelevant to whether Ms. Ferrer should be served via alternative means. Yeah, because that was basically their whole argument, is they're trying to delay. And I said this yesterday. I think Isabela, her attorney, is trying to delay the process by fighting for this indemnification so that they can avoid having to provide any evidence. I believe they have not given evidence. I learned this morning. They have not given evidence to Blake Lively either, even though Blake Lively did subpoena her and they were willing to cooperate, it appears they're fighting on this indemnification clause in the It Ends With Us contract, where basically Wayfair would have to cover Isabela's attorney's fees if she gets involved in litigation regarding the film. And so here we are. She's gotten involved in it. So she's fighting for this indemnification, which is what her attorneys were fighting, saying, well, Baldoni has to pay for her attorney's fees because he dragged her into this mess and it has nothing to do with her, even though she is a key material witness here. Now, that decision on how much or what will be indemnified in the process has yet to be determined. And so Blake Lively's team, even though they did subpoena Isabela Ferrer, they've agreed to wait until the indemnification has been resolved, until there's some sort of answer there in terms of will Baldoni cover the fees or not, or how much, and all of that stuff, right? So it doesn't appear that Isabela has given Blake's team anything, but it doesn't appear Blake's team needs anything because they kind of have Isabela in their pocket. But now it seems like Isabela's attorneys are fighting Baldoni. Okay, so this is why they're saying this whole indemnification thing has nothing to do with this specific case or the subpoena directly. Like, it's a matter that is not related to this court, right? Because they're trying to subpoena her because they've tried. Blake Lively was able to do it successfully one time. Baldoni's team has been trying. They've made 5 attempts, all of which have been ignored. Miss Ferrer played the role of young Lily Bloom in the film It Ends With Us. The film, after Miss Ferrer completed, is it Ferrer or Ferrer? I think it's Ferrer. Miss Ferrer completed her work on the film. She expressed her gratitude to Mr. Baldoni, stating that she had an incredible experience and praised him for creating a comfortable, safe space for her. Rule 26A1 requires parties to disclose the identity of each individual likely to have discoverable information along with the subjects of that information that the disclosing party may use to support its claims or defenses. According to Ms. Lively's amended initial disclosures, and then a lot of it is redacted and blacked out, it says, therefore, Ms. Lively identified redacted and blacked out. In terms of an address, Ms. Lively's amended initial disclosures identified redacted and blacked out. So from what I'm gathering, there is something that I would imagine was redacted and blacked out for the public in Blake Lively's amended initial disclosures. And there is where they were able to find a potential address for Isabela Ferrer and potential links to what Isabela may or may not know, or information that she may or may not be able to provide that may be helpful to either Lively or Baldoni's case. And that's why it's redacted, because it's under seal. I would imagine there's some sort of attorney's eyes only protection under it, because Blake Lively obviously was fighting very hard for that. So it says, in February 2025, Ms. Lively issued a subpoena to Ms. Ferrer, who was represented by Mr. Michelman. Presumably, Mr. Michelman accepted service of the subpoena on Ms. Ferrer's behalf without objection. In July 2025, the Wayfair party subpoenaed Ms. Ferrer for documents that she either neglected to produce or were not requested by Ms. Lively's subpoena. The Wayfair parties twice requested that Mr. Michelman accept service of their subpoena, a common professional courtesy that Mr. Michelman likely granted to Ms. Lively's counsel in connection with her subpoena. Mr. Michelman ignored the Wayfair parties' requests. Instead, Mr. Michelman prepared and filed a robust opposition to the motion for alternative services, most of which does not pertain to service, without explaining why he refused to accept service of the Wayfair party's subpoena or why his client is so reticent to testify. Mr. Michelson seems more focused on It Ends With Us movie's purported contractual obligation to indemnify Ms. Ferrer and cover his fees. Ironically, Mr. Michelman's actions have unnecessarily increased those fees by creating issues where none should exist. With respect to service, Ms. Ferrer's opposition suggests that the Wayfair parties were not diligent in their efforts to serve her, but should have reached out to Ms. Ferrer's talent agent or conducted a skip trace. Naturally, we deemed Ms. Ferrer's counsel and not her talent agent as the appropriate person with whom to communicate concerning the subpoena. As for the latter, we assured the court that the 2 addresses at which service of the subpoena was attempted were not derived out of thin air. We are happy to share the results of our due diligence with the court, albeit that seems unnecessary given that Ms. Ferrer has counsel who has now appeared. I love that part where they're like, oh, we don't need to do that because it seems her counsel has appeared. He's been ignoring us this entire time. He's been avoiding us this entire time. And suddenly, poof, magic, he's arrived. The opposition alleges that in attempting personal service after her lawyer refused to accept service on her behalf, Mr. Baldoni is harassing Ms. Ferrer and attempting to draw her deeper into litigation and disputes that she has done her best to avoid. It was not the Wayfarer parties who first subpoenaed Miss Ferrer. It was Miss Lively, and again, Mr. Michelman appears to have accepted service of her subpoena without objection. Miss Lively should not be permitted to obtain discovery from Miss Ferrer, while Miss Ferrer and her counsel frustrate all efforts by the Wayfarer parties to obtain the discovery critical to the preparation of their defense. Given the circumstances, the Wayfarer parties are willing to stipulate that none of the parties will use any communication to, from, or concerning Miss Ferrer, or any testimony from her in any manner in this action. That stipulation will satisfy Miss Ferrer's apparent desire to avoid involvement in litigation and trial. If the other parties decline to enter into such stipulation, Miss Ferrer and her counsel continue to resist service, the court should enter an order excluding Miss Ferrer as a witness and excluding the use of any communication to, from, or concerning Miss Ferrer in any manner in this action. So here they're basically saying, listen, she clearly seems to be working with Blake Lively, and she clearly seems to be supporting their case. However, she has information that's important to us that Blake Lively did not ask her for, that we are asking her for because we also need information from her or documentation from her or potential testimony from her, right? She's involved in this, and she clearly seems to have no objection to help Blake Lively, but she's objecting to help us, which is unfair because it's obvious that her attorney exists. He's out here fighting for his attorney's fees and making a big mess to extend those attorney's fees as much as he possibly can. So they're like, Wayfarer's basically saying, here's the deal. We'll drop it. If you're saying we're harassing her, if you're saying we're bullying her, which it shouldn't be that hard to just accept the subpoena now because you've suddenly appeared and here you are on the court docket. But if you don't want us to further harass, which is what they're alleging, that Wayfarer is harassing Isabela, if you don't want them to further harass her, then great. If Lively agrees to also drop her, and Lively agrees to not use her or any information pertaining to Isabela, because Isabela clearly doesn't want to be involved, right? So if she doesn't want to be involved, Wayfarer said, cool, reverse card Uno, here you go. We won't use her, but it's not fair that Lively gets to use her if we can't use her. So she either doesn't want to be a part of this, and if she doesn't want to be a part of it, she can't help Lively either, but if she does want to be a part of it, then she has to participate in both phases of discovery here. She's a key witness. She is a material witness that is crucial to the allegations here. Her text messages and her EPK interview statements have already been pulled into question. So at this point, I don't know. There's not much more to do or say. So they kind of, turned the tables and said, okay, if she's being harassed, then we are happy to release her of this harassment if she agrees to not participate at all because she's saying she doesn't want to participate. Finally, to the extent that Ms. Ferrer believes that the Wayfarer subpoena is overbroad or otherwise objectionable, which it is not, she's entitled to serve formal objections thereto once the service issue has been resolved, a point that dispels any ludicrous motion of a quid pro quo in connection with the subpoena. So they're saying, listen, you got two options here. Your first option is you accept the subpoena and you move forward with the discovery, and your second option is you file a motion to quash. Remember when all the content creators had to hire attorneys to do motions to quash to fight the Blake Lively subpoenas? Because, that wasn't at all harassing, right? She was asking for, personal information. She was asking for Lauren Leidy's bank information and location data. That wasn't at all overbroad, right? That wasn't at all harassing. No, it's only harassing when you're a key material witness that is refusing to accept service of a subpoena in a case that you've been dragged into by your bestie, Blake Lively. Make it make sense. For the reasons set forth, as well as those contained in the Wayfarer party's initial papers, the Wayfarer party's motion to serve Ms. Ferrer via alternative means for the pendency of this action should be granted. They also say, in inflammatory fashion, the opposition uses the word harass over a dozen times. Respectfully, Kevin Fritz. Thank you, Kevin Fritz. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Baldoni is fighting back, and he's coming out swinging. So That's where we at, yo. That's where we at. Now let's get to the Katy Perry drama of it all. I will keep you posted here on No Filter with Zack Peter. We live stream this show Monday through Friday mornings on YouTube, and it is also available to watch on Spotify and to listen to on Apple Podcasts and all your favorite podcast platforms. Be sure to leave an Apple Podcast review, and I'll give you a shout this week. Here, let's cut to some shout outs to this week's sponsors, and then let's chat with Kameron Westcott about this legal battle with Katy Perry, which is only heating up again as the second phase of the trial kicks off. Here we go. All right. You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. I did too, until I found out that Nutrafol isn't like the rest. If you're dealing with hair issues like thinning or shedding, but feel totally stuck on what to try next, I get it, which is why I'm telling you, Nutrafol is a great option. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. Okay, that's the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and use the promo code NOFILTER. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol, Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. What if one capsule a day could help you feel full, reduce cravings, and actually enjoy eating less? Meet Appetite from the Wellness Company, a groundbreaking formula that helps you take control of your hunger, boost metabolism, and feel fuller longer. It features Akkermansia, a next-gen probiotic shown to boost GLP-1, which is the hormone that controls appetite and metabolism, and it's paired with saffron to curb emotional eating, reduce stress, and support balanced serotonin levels. No stimulants needed. Appetite also includes GLP-1 and GLP-2 activating probiotics, plus prebiotics like inulin and green banana to keep you satisfied and support your gut health. It's time your gut controls your thoughts and your mind takes a break with a unique combination of amazingness engineered into one convenient capsule ready to work naturally with your body. Head to twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to get 15% off plus free shipping. Again, that's twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to get 15% off. Take control of your health with the Wellness Company. All right, guys, I'm excited to be joined by one of the legends from The Real Housewives of Dallas. She is Dallas royalty. She's been caught up in some headlines lately, but I'm excited because I hear she may be coming back to TV very soon, or we're going to see her on camera again soon. Please welcome back to No Filter, Kameron Wescott.
Thanks for having me, Zack. I'm so excited to be back. I'm just thrilled. It's so good to see you. And I'm so bummed I missed you when you were in Dallas last time.
I know. Well, Leanne carried it down for everybody. She was making everybody drink margaritas backstage.
Oh,
She was getting the party started.
I love that. I love that. And I know Aaliyah did an amazing job because anything she does is always amazing. I love her.
Well, it's been a minute since we've seen you on The Real Housewives of Dallas. The show's kind of been on an indefinite pause. Maybe
Yes.
it'll come back one day, maybe not. But what have you been up
Yes.
to? Oh, we have doggies.
Little surprise guest. She had to say hi. So you say hi. Yeah. But yeah, just been over here with normal life, been so busy. I have a daughter in the equestrian world, as you know, Hilton from the show, of course, and she has been very busy in the equestrian world. So we've been traveling a lot with the horses and just being a mom. And I've been extremely busy with doing brand sponsorships. I do a lot of influencing online for brands. So I do that pretty much full time now. And I work with LTK, Like to Know It, which is reward style, busy with that. And yeah, life is busy. And I don't even know how I had time to do the show in the first place because on top of that, I have all, the charities I work with and all the philanthropy work I do. So it's a lot over here. So it's nice to have this break.
Yeah. So, what do you miss being on TV at all? Do you miss being on Housewives? I feel like once you get out of it, you kind of get to
Yeah.
see life without the cameras again.
Yes. I honestly feel like when you're in it, I feel like you don't realize how crazy it is. But once you get out, you're like, oh my goodness, I was on a roller coaster. There was a lot of highs and lows, and it was fun in that moment. But I would fear a lot to go back into that. I would fear. And I don't think it would be the right timing for my life to get back into it because my children are older. My daughter just started ninth grade in high school. My son's in middle school, cruise. I just don't think it'd be good timing for my children's life. Being on the show and being on the spotlight, it's hard on the kids. And
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to do that to my kids right now. So,
Understandably. I mean, and I feel like Dallas ended in such a chaotic way. Do you look back at that time and at least reflect on the fun that you had?
oh my gosh, I had so much fun being a housewife. I have to be honest, it was a blast. I don't regret anything. I had the best time. I made the best friends. These girls are still my friends to this day. And we text each other here and there. We talk, and we're always there for each other when we need help, bringing spotlights to philanthropies or raising awareness about something. We all come together in that aspect, which I love. It's like a sisterhood that we will never lose. It's like a sorority, to be honest. And even
Yeah.
though we're not on the show, we still reach out to other housewives that are currently on the show. We became friends with a lot of them. So it's nice that we all have this little sisterhood bond, and I would never regret it. And I feel like it was part of my life, and it was a really fun chapter.
Yeah. I mean, and it's going to be documented and live out to look back on. Have you had any communication with Tiffany Moon? Have you guys mended
No,
since?
no, I've had no communication with her. She's kind of in her own little world. I talk to other housewives all the time, and I try to reconcile that whole thing, but there's only so much you can do. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of in a place where in my life where I'm kind of like, you know, I don't need friends that don't want to be my friend. It's like
Fair.
you just have to decide, like, I'm not desperate. So I'm just happy with the friends that I have and the relationships I've had from the show. I reached out to Deandra the other day because she knows she's going through a lot right now. And I reached out to
Yeah.
her and I told her, like, regardless of, drama that's ever happened in the past, like, this is a serious thing. And I want you to know that I'm always here for you. And I will always be there for you during times like this, because she's going to be, she's battling breast cancer right now. So, in the grand scheme of things, that drama doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's about sisterhood in the end, and it's about being there for each other. No one understands what we all went through unless you've gone through it. And that's
Yeah.
one thing we all share. And there's a special relationship that we will always have. Like, I can always call Leanne and Carrie Duber, and I would say Carrie Brittingham, and even Stephanie Holman, and even Brandy. I mean, I could call all of them in the middle of the night and say, hey, I need help or something. They would pick up. Like, I feel like I have a relationship with them that they'll be girlfriends for life.
Do you think there's ever a chance that we could see a reboot of Dallas?
There could be. I do feel like a lot of our kids are older now, though. So I feel like a lot of us would be more hesitant, to protect our families and our kids. But if it was all of us, and because we all trust each other, I feel like we would do it because we would trust each other. But
Yeah.
if you bring in some villains that we don't know, I don't know how that would go. So how that would go,
Yeah. Well, I hear that you and Leanne and Carrie Duber have kind of had some sort of reunion, and we may be seeing you guys back on camera together.
I know. We're so excited. We are going to be doing a new show together, and it's a late night show. It's going to be called Housewives Confidential, Ladies Who Late Night. And we're just so excited about it because it's just Leanne, Carrie, and I on a sofa having fun, talking about everything. We'll be talking about pop culture. We'll be talking about housewives, behind the scenes. We'll be talking about our current lives. We'll be making fun of each other. We'll be playing games. I might have to ask Leanne and Carrie to do some, competitions, maybe some arm wrestles here and there. Oh, we are going to be playing a game called Hooch, Not Hooch. So hopefully no one gets on that list. So, and that is a game that I brought up, by the way. And we'll be deciding, what fashion trends are hoochy, which ones to stay away from. We'll be talking about celeb outfits, hooch or not hooch. Okay. So it'll be fun.
Okay. How are you feeling about mullets? I feel like they're having a moment right now. Are
Oh
they
God,
hooch or
no.
not hooch?
That's hooch. No.
What
No.
about the perms? People are getting into the perms.
Not hooch.
And they're doing
I'm okay with
permed
that.
mullets.
Oh, perm mullets. Oh, not hooch. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Hooch. That's hooch. Oh, completely hooch. I can't do anything mullet. No. Mm-mm.
The mullets are wild. I can't. They're so. What about the baby choppy bangs?
That's hooch. I can't. Nope, that's hooch. Nope.
Bleached eyebrows.
Oh no. That's hooch.
Zit stickers. I see a lot of kids out with like the stars on their faces, just walking around with giant zit stickers.
Yeah. I'm okay with that because I feel like they're having some confidence to do that. So I'm like, all power to you. Okay. If
Is it confidence or is it attention?
Yeah. It does bring a lot of attention. It does. But I'm kind of like, well,
Every time I walk into a coffee shop and I go up to, the counter, I just see these young kids and they have all these stickers all over their faces. And I'm like, is that not bringing more attention to the zits? I don't get it.
It's bringing more attention. I know. Yeah.
Like, I just remember before you put a little clean and clear, you do a little concealer, and then you kind of tried to hide the zits rather than making it more obvious that you have them.
And I've even seen some kids wear the clear ones out, and I'm just like, I still look. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, we're still looking at that. We're like, no.
Draws more attention to it. I wrote, give me a little clean and clear. Let's get some proactive.
Yes.
Let's clean it up.
Oh yeah, and remember, wasn't it like Oxy Clean or something?
Yeah.
When we were younger, it was like
the little pads.
Yes.
Yeah, the Oxy pads. Yep.
Yes. That was the best. Yeah. Now all the girls are like going to Sephora with like 100 products they're buying, and it's like 10-step face care routine. That's my daughter for you.
We'll see if it works 20 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, when can we expect Housewives Confidential to hit our screens? And where can people watch it?
Okay, so you'll be able to watch it on your local Fox 4 news station, actually. So it'll be played locally, and it'll be playing around, I think it's 10 or 10:30. Okay. Very excited about that. And then we'll be playing once a week, and I'm just so excited. And then we'll be streaming on a whole bunch of other platforms, but this is all a test, and we're just really excited though. So, if you hear coughing over here, by the way, it's Fancy. I just gave her a little bone, and she's okay, but it's not. I'm not making weird noises. It's her. So
okay. As long as Fancy's okay, we're good.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Well, I'm excited for Housewives Confidential. I'm excited to see the three of you reunite on camera. I think that'll be fun. I think people that miss Real Housewives of Dallas, because obviously we had Real Housewives of Miami that was rebooted, and that came back to life many years after that was paused.
I know.
And so, that's had its resurgence, that I think it's had a lot of people think, of the other franchises. Dallas would, of course, be one that people would want to bring back, but I feel like this gives us a little bit of that itch.
Yes, we're very excited. And with Leanne and Carrie, I love that they have strong personalities. So we're all going to also have our own different opinion, because I feel like I'm kind of like the more conservative one, I would say. Carrie's like a hybrid one. Okay. She's like in the middle. She's kind of like conservative and then a little wild. Okay. And then we got Leanne, who is unfiltered, straight to the point, more wild than us. Okay. So we get a little bit of everything. So I think we're going to be really good dynamic, all of us together.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm excited. I will be watching. It'll be coming soon. You said to Fox 4, right? Local Fox 4.
Yes, we're very excited. And I might even have to have like a prop or like a paddle or something to raise my hand to talk with these two. I'm a little nervous. I might be having to like
they
raise my hand with them.
they definitely know how to dominate the stage, but so do you.
Thank you.
Now, I did want to ask you because I've seen your family's been in the headlines lately with this legal battle with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Now, my understanding is it's your father in law, Carl, who's battling her over his home. She tried to purchase it. He felt like he wasn't in the right mind to make that agreement. And now it's kind of, they've been battling it out. She ultimately got the house, but she's still fighting him, right?
Oh, yeah. It's never ending. It's exhausting. I'm like, who has the time to be doing this, fighting over that? Like, I honestly, like, I never imagined in a million years would be in this position, especially with Katy Perry. Like, she has so many more things she should be doing with her life. Like, let's go be focused on that versus battling, my father in law who's on his deathbed, who is like a vegetable. Okay. I'm sorry. He can't even hold an iPhone. He can barely talk. He has minimal communication. He has absolutely no idea what's going on half the time. He can't even eat him by himself. We have to have a nurse 24 hours to feed him. He can't even get out of bed. I mean, he could die any day. Like it's an ongoing up and down with his medical state. It's horrible. It's horrible. Like I never in a million years thought our family would be in this position, especially at this time of his life. It's so beyond sad. And unfortunately, my husband and my brother-in-law inherited this lawsuit. We didn't sign up for this. We inherited this, and we will do nothing but, protect my father-in-law, and we will fight for the family in his honor to protect what he wanted. So we'll just, continue to do in his honor to fight for him.
And so he essentially lost the house, right? She ultimately
Yes.
ended up winning the house, but yet there's a trial that's kicking off this week, and that's not even a battle over the house anymore. It's now
No.
a battle for damages. She's now trying to get $6 million out of him, correct?
Right. Which is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. I mean, my gosh, I really can't believe it. And to be honest, and if it was that bad, like, why are you leasing the house out to a famous actor? I mean, is it really that bad?
Right?
So, yeah, if someone's over there enjoying the life over there, is it really that bad? I mean,
Right. She's
we had
claiming
a
that the house
whole
was in
staff there.
such poor condition that she now deserves 6 million or about an estimated 6 million in damages. But my understanding is Chris Pratt is
Yeah,
currently renting the house. So she fought for this house that she's not even living in, that
right.
she's
She wrote
now
us a
renting out
letter
to Chris.
promising us that she was going to raise her child there and that her dog died and that we needed to, like, you know, let her have the house. When my father-in-law said he wanted to back out of the idea because he wasn't in the current state of mind because of his back surgery and because of his current Huntington's disease and dementia. And so we, of course, had no clue this was all going on at the time. But we later find out and we're like, this is not good. Like, this is not okay. But of course, it's just really unfortunate that she just wants to push us to the very end and just, she won't settle. We've tried to settle with her. We tried to settle the first time around and she wouldn't settle. My husband waited hours for her in her office down in Los Angeles, and she forgot to show up. And we're just, I mean, just it's like problem after problem. And the celebrity entitlement also is beyond extreme. It's absolutely disgusting. And the fact that she thinks she should be entitled to all these things when normal people, don't even have those privileges, I think it's crazy. So, yeah. And, during COVID too, my father-in-law was on a lockdown and he couldn't leave his house because it was too dangerous. I couldn't be out there monitoring him or my husband because we were over in Texas. We couldn't fly yet. It was this whole, medical shutdown. So we could
Right.
not watch him during this whole thing. And so, yeah, when you have a lockdown and everyone is not watching, things like this happen. And there's bad people that will take advantage of your parents that, aren't in the current state of mind. And this happened and it's horrible. And I really hope that we can educate people on this whole situation because this happens every day to other people. It happens to their parents, it happens to our grandparents, and we need to make sure our families are safe and that other people don't take advantage of them. There's
Yeah.
predators out there and they will take
That'll
advantage
prey
of
because they're
people.
vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, and they will take advantage of people, and there's not enough laws that actually protect them in real estate. So, we're trying to get that all changed.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping so because and this isn't the first time she's done it, right? She did it
Right.
with the nuns,
Exactly,
right?
the
With the
nuns. I'm just
convent.
like, how? I mean, that is bad karma. Like, how do you sleep at night after that? Like, I could never. I mean, I could never. And and the sad thing is like we would have negotiated with her so many different ways and made her happy. And the fact that like she would not budge at all is just disgusting. Like it's absolutely disgusting. And she's not even living in the house. It was all a lie. It's just entitlement.
Yeah, that's what it seems like because it's like if you fought for this house and you were going to raise your daughter in this house and
Yeah.
then you're not even living in this house. And listen, as much as I have a great deal of empathy for losing a pet in your family, that's a member of your family, but still, like, I don't understand how those things are related.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. I mean, she can't even tell us how many houses she owns in the area. So again, it makes no sense, right? And you
Has
just
there
want to
been,
kick my dying father-in-law out? I mean, it's ridiculous.
and has there been any communication with Orlando? Because I know she was engaged to him and they were together throughout this entire process.
Yeah. I don't know, but you know, I know that they're separated now, so I'm not quite sure what's happening with them, but he's definitely involved in the case as well, and he's gonna have to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
And
yeah, I'm sure he has some answers that'll be helpful to the case.
yeah, and I heard rumors actually that he's already out with other women around town. So that's what I heard, but I don't blame him.
Well, she was also spotted with Justin Trudeau, which was such an odd pairing of the two of them. I know
Yeah,
I believe, I mean, it looks like they may have met earlier this year um, through connection of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Like, I don't know, again, the company you keep.
yeah.
I call them the royal refugees. But I mean, we'll see what
Yeah,
happens there. I know she just wrapped up on her tour, but I mean, I just think it's so wild that
yeah,
she constantly gets into these real estate
yeah.
disputes, and
No,
they're usually with people that are more vulnerable. It's a
exactly. And
pattern.
Montecito is a very small town. Okay, let me tell you, I'm from Montecito. It's a very small town. Everything gets around. I mean, we belong to the same clubs. We're going to see each other eventually. I mean, it's like it's just bad karma to put out there for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's just bad karma. Like, let's just work it out. No, she just wants to go to trial and just try to get every penny out of my father-in-law. I mean, it's disgusting. And he just can't even fight for himself. I mean, that's the sad part. I mean, he can't even fight for himself. It's awful.
How is he doing, by the way? I
He
mean,
is
I would
not,
imagine that this has weighed on him to the point where his
yeah.
health has probably taken on more.
I honestly think he's like hanging on until like the end of the trial because he wants to know how this is going to end and he feels horrible that he put us in this position, but like we're happy to, you know, fight for him any day, but he's hanging on by each breath. I mean, to be honest, we thought he was going to pass away months ago and somehow he's like fighting. And we're just like we told him many times like you can pass away, we love you, we're, you have been such an amazing father to us all. And we've had those conversations with him. We don't want him to suffer. And he is suffering. Like it is awful. Like he can't do anything for himself. Like he can't get out
Yeah.
of bed. He can barely move his head. It's like just a little bit like this. The only thing you can see are like his eyes will light up when we bring the children over to see him. The children like love to go visit grandpa, and so we call him captain. He's always been our captain of our ship, and so we go visit captain and we show, we take the kids, and the kids always come and they talk about their accomplishments every week, and they'll say I got A on my test, and his eyes will light up and he just, he just loves seeing the children. And we try to, make him happy. We'll bring like information over, what's going on with, in the news or what's going on with the family, and we'll update him on that. And we actually also have like a little frame, and I think it's called an Aurora frame, and it updates photos. So you can add photos
Oh.
throughout the week so he can see what we're doing throughout the week. And it's like his favorite thing. And the other day he called and was like, my frame turned off. And my heart just was like, oh my gosh, he literally tries to watch it every day, which makes me so happy because you really don't know how much information he's taking in. When you
Yeah.
see him, like he blinks, he looks at you, he mumbles, but you don't really know what information he's taking in. So the fact that the nurse called us and was like, his frame turned off, we're like, oh my gosh, we're coming, we're going to update it. So it's special. He can stay up to date with us.
And it's Huntington's that he has, correct?
Yes, he has Huntington's, and he actually didn't know he had it until, I think maybe it was like 10, 13 years ago. And it just, got worse and worse over time. But he managed to, hide it from most people, of course. He managed to hide it from most people. But, the doctors obviously knew about it, but we didn't really tell a lot of people about it because it's a very deadly disease. There's a lot of people that get it when they're younger, and usually you get it around 30 to 40. And when you get it, like you die. Like
Yeah.
you basically choke to death, and it's awful. And you can pass it on to other family members if you have children. So when we found out he had it, we freaked out. Everyone got tested. I mean, it was like crazy town. And the tests have to go to like a special lab, and it takes about a month to get the test back. So we all are like, obviously, my husband and my brother-in-law and my children, they all are freaking out thinking they got it. Thankfully, no one got it. It is like a pure miracle. And we're just so blessed. But we were freaking out.
Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine what even his level of awareness and now having to take on the stress of battling this out. I mean, we saw that she was so shameless that we had one of the nuns that she was battling die in the courtroom.
I know, which is so scary. And I thought, like, oh my God, is this going to be my father-in-law dying in the courtroom? Like, I really thought the last trial he was going to die. And I was like, it's going to be a whole thing again. Like, I honestly thought it could happen. Thankfully, it didn't, because we were so blessed to have him longer than we expected. And we hope he gets through this next trial, which is starting again next week. So we're hoping he gets through it, because I know he wants to, hear the outcome of all this. So he's hanging in there. It's awful though. It's awful. And the other thing with having a family member in memory care is you start feeling guilt as well, because am I visiting him enough? Is the family visiting enough? How much are we doing too much, right? And it's like, are we bugging him because he can't respond well? Like it's a lot of guilt. And so you worry a lot. My husband not only has to deal with this horrible lawsuit, is he also has to take care of all the care for his dad every day. So it's a lot on the family.
Will we be seeing you in court at all?
Yes, I will be there, and I will be representing the family, and I will be there to honor my father-in-law.
It's so heartbreaking. And again, we've noticed this pattern. And I just feel like right now, in general, so many people are tired of feeling like celebrities are entitled to get more
Yes,
than, just because they can flex their name or just because they have resources that feel unlimited. It's
unlimited.
unfortunate that they
Yes,
take, advantage of things or abuse court systems or,
awful.
just will bulldoze their way into just getting what they want because they're used to it and they feel
Right.
entitled to it.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And yeah, and just taking advantage of innocent people that had absolutely no idea what they were getting into. It's
Yeah.
just awful. And especially for this to happen to him and now the whole family, I really hope no one else on this planet has to go through this. I hope My parents never have to go through this. No, I mean, my other parents, of course. And we're trying to spread, of course, awareness to also educate people how to protect our elders and our family members so that this doesn't happen to anybody else. So I'm going to just continue all these years to keep, being open about it and talking about it so that no one else has to go through it because it's horrible.
What recommendations do you have to people and,
Yeah.
how they can protect, some of their elderly loved ones?
I think talking to your parents before they start losing mental capacity is the most important thing to make sure you have plans in place so that they can't go ahead and make decisions that are not best for them without you, because the problem is they will get to a state in their life where they think they can go make all these decisions, and then they might be under medication that might alter their decision, and it can get worse and worse, and then they start being rebels, right? And start thinking that they're old enough to make their decisions
Yeah.
when they're really not. And so that's the other problem. Like, I think there needs to be discussions before our parents get older so that everything is in line and everything is protected, because there's a lot of predators out there, you know, people that will take advantage of people in 2 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing it happen all the time. And I
I
think
know,
there needs to be protections that are put in place for people that are more vulnerable, especially when you have somebody that not only has a lot of money that they can use in the
right,
courtroom, but then also has a name and a status that they can flex as well.
right. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on
Um,
and being so open and honest. And I'm rooting for you guys. I'm going to be following the trial.
so
I'm hoping that we can see some sort of justice come out of this.
We would
Uh,
love justice and we'd love to be over with this. I mean, it is exhausting. Like, I would rather be able to focus on my father-in-law and his current state and my children and having family life and not have to deal with this. Like, my husband, of course, we're going to probably have to celebrate my son's birthday a different day because it's going to be right smack in the middle of the trial. And it's just unfortunate because now this is affecting my children and it's going to continue to affect them. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm rooting for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's all we can do is, be strong and, every day is a new day and just keep fighting for them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And just
Make
hug
them
her.
proud.
Yep.
Yes, at least you have a little companion there.
I know. Just hug her. She makes everything better. Yes. Mhm.
Well, Cameron, thank you for coming back on. Thank you for being so
Oh,
open. And like I said, me and this community here, if you guys are watching, be sure to hit the like button. And just send Cameron some love because
thank
we
you.
we're always on the side of justice. We don't like celebrities that bully and intimidate other people. So we're
Yeah.
rooting for you guys.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Zach.
Thanks, Cam.
Yay.